showing you or seeing you in Argentina right here?
Yeah, that's actually on the very first trip, some of the very first children that we helped. That was such a meaningful trip for me because what I learned on that trip was how important a pair of shoes is to a child.
Wow.
Specifically, many kids around the world and in Argentina are not allowed to go to school just because they don't have a pair of shoes. And on that very first trip, we met a woman who was so excited, was literally crying tears of joy and speaking a lot of Spanish that I frankly couldn't understand. And when I got it translated, she explained that there were these 3 boys that were her children, and they all had a brand new pair of red TOMS that we'd given them. And when I asked her about the boys, she said this was the first time that they ever had all at the same time a new pair of shoes. Up until this point, they had been sharing a single pair of shoes, and that meant that the boys were only going to school every 3rd day. The oldest son would literally have his shoes on Monday, go to school, his 2 brothers would stay at home, and then when he came back, he would give the 1 pair of family shoes to his middle brother, who would go to school the next day, and then he would have to stay home for 2 days. So if you think about it, in poverty alleviation, the most important thing is basic needs and education, and these children weren't able to get a proper education just because of a pair of shoes. And think how many shoes we have in our closet. Think how much we take for granted shoes. And so that was such an important experience for me on that trip. And that's what really led me to put all this energy into building this company and also expanding into all different types of shoes. And so here you see more.
Like the shoe that we're going to tell you about now. And I love that you told us that story because a lot of us, we hear stories similar to that and we think, okay, I would love to be able to help. Maybe I donate money, but is that doing any good? What is it? What exactly is it doing?
Is it really
exactly.
helping?
Please know that every pair of shoes that you pick up today, when you get your shoe home, a shoe is going to a child in need around the world. Think about the power.
You can see this here, his old shoes that he had been wearing, probably his only pair, and then the new school shoes that he just got because of a purchase of one of our supporters.
I love that. And I love that you can continue to spread the message when you wear your shoes every single day. You become part of such a worldwide community of TOMS supporters. Now, the shoe that we have for you next is very, very limited, and everyone here has been going crazy about them. We've got 100 in each color. It's a beautiful, genuine pieced suede bootie in 2 colors. We've got 100 of each of the colors. Here's your taupe. We've got a beautiful black option as well. $32.25 on Flex with free shipping and handling. The softest, most delicious suede. I want to show you, you've got a full zipper down one side with that nice suede pull tab to easily get into the shoe, that stacked heel, and then comfortable. Girls, I had this boot on earlier and it is so incredibly comfortable. This one is available in whole and half sizes and medium and wide, shipping to your door free of charge.
This shoe has amazed me this year because we started with this very simple classic slip-on, right?
Yeah.
And it's a flat. And so when we started designing these boots, I was a little bit surprised. The designers is like, I don't know if this is, how is this going to work? And it has been our top selling boot this year. My wife wears them constantly with everything. And the reason why I think is because they're so comfortable. So people get to participate in 1-for-1, help a child in need with their purchase, but also something incredibly stylish coming from TOMS.
Absolutely. I mean, it really is.
There's a picture of my wife there, yeah. So her name is Heather, and she travels with me on a lot of the trips. And also is a person that wear tests a lot of our shoes. So if she likes it, I know it's going to be a good one.
Beautiful couple, beautiful mission that so many of us that are picking up these shoes today get to take part in. I love the black. I mean, whichever one you get, either the black or the taupe. A bootie is a shoe that I think it's easy to say that most of us girls, we have in our wardrobe right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is so much more than just a great suede bootie that you're going to wear with so many of your favorite outfits. It's also giving back at the same time. And it's interesting to look at this because a lot of us that know and love TOMS, we're used to seeing the classic styles.
Yeah. And one of the things that we did was all the classic TOMS had this kind of, asymmetrical toe. And so this is kind of a design element that is really unique to TOMS and makes it different than every other kind of suede bootie in the marketplace, besides the fact, of course, of our 1-for-1.
Exactly. And that's fun too because you do look at the details of the boot and then you instantly recognize things that are part of TOMS DNA. You do see that asymmetrical hem. You do see the V in the center there, which is classic. authentic TOMS, and it's super comfortable at the same time. By the way, this is genuine, super soft suede. So much cushion on the inside. I mean, really, your foot smushes down into it.
I think the cushion part of our heritage comes from the original shoe. You know, if you've worn the TOMS Classic before, you know how comfortable it is. And so when we started making wedges, a lot of people asked for us to make, you know, to make sure it was incredibly comfortable. And so that's what we've done there.
All right, well, these are very